Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. I'm Coach Linden, and I'm sitting here with
Em.
And this is where we help people change their relationships with food and fitness. So we cover all things under the sun, aka things that help people live happier, healthier lives in a holistic way. That also just, again, things that we're going through, things that we experience. So if you like the video, share the video. Make sure you hit the notification button and subscribe. I'm telling you, you help us spread the word. We do this for all of you guys. If it was up to us, this would be something where we probably would do maybe once a month, but we really realize that people want to hear more from us, so we're doing more of this, okay? So, yeah, today, let's cover...
Oh, boy.
Let's cover your, let's cover the journey, right? You've been here for over a year, right? Mm-hmm. And you have had some roller coasters of a ride.
Yep.
Right? So we can cover the journey a little bit, talk about yourself a little bit. Because I think, ironically, you personally represent a certain amount of the people here. Like different things you've experienced, things that are about you, things that aren't. You know what I'm saying? Like you really do represent a large part of what the community is all about. Right? So why don't you tell us what brought you to GID?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, yeah.
What brought me here? The wind.
Shout out to the wind.
Yeah, thanks, wind.
Mm-hmm.
I think in general, I've always been a movement person. And one of my favorite mover friends
Which
was
name?
Amy.
Oh, shout out to Amy.
So Amy and I have been dancing together for 20 plus years.
Yeah, I didn't know that until you had said that.
Yeah. So, obviously friends on social media and seeing each other at dance class. And I was kind of struggling in my weight loss journey. I had a couple years of just not doing anything productive. It was frustrating. It's kind of battling an eating disorder and just kind of, really stuck in it. So Amy started to post step class, and I think maybe also Debbie dance.
Probably.
And if you've ever seen Amy perform, she does West African dance. She performs. She's got the face. She got the everything. So she's up there, and she's genuinely having a great time. But she is used to like a camera, I think, in her face or having pictures taken.
Yeah, fair.
So she posted a reel or a little video clip, and she looked like she was having so much fun, and what she was doing looked fun, and I really was struggling in Rochester to find a movement activity that was fun. I love West African dance, but it's once a week. It wasn't always regular, and it's a nice group of people, but I never, even though I've known them all for 20 years, it was like not really.
Might be part of the reason it felt like a routine or monotonous, because you've known them for so long.
Yeah, but also like not known them.
Fair.
I didn't even really know Amy at all. It was just like, oh, those are people I know, friends and associates, and it wasn't really a community per se.
Got it.
So I saw that. I was expecting nothing. I was like, hey, Amy, do you mind if I go to your gym? She said, of course. People keep asking me. Just go to the gym. And I was just in a place where I went to the gym, and it turned out to be absolutely nothing I expected, and so much more. I kind of have it's been an interesting life, and I have low expectations for things.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's good.
I'm getting better at that now. But I did. I had really low expectations, I'm being honest. I was just like, it's going to be a gym. I didn't know what it looked like in here. I didn't know who was here, what the teachers are like, what I was walking into. But I was like, well, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Why not? Amy's having fun.
One of my favorite things when new people come in is like, I do all the social media management stuff and all the other stuff, so people will talk to me, and then they always go to Devin first.
Right, that did happen.
Which is hilarious to me. Like, it's almost like people think me and Devin are the same person based on, I guess, how I speak online versus how I speak in person, I guess.
I don't know.
It's a weird thing. It happens all the time.
Well, I talked to you online first, but you sent a voice recording because you were like driving or something.
Probably.
And y'all don't sound the same, but Debbie was definitely like the salesperson when I was here.
He's like,
He
yeah,
was
welcome to
hyped up.
GID.
He told me about all the classes.
Getting it daily. Yeah,
He's like, but what are you doing for yourself? And I was like, probably nothing. So it was a good chat. So yeah, I did also talk to Debbie first.
Fair, yeah.
Out here, you're an introvert.
I am. So
it's fine, but you know that's why you got.
I stick to what I'm good at. But so I think it's interesting. Again, I do think it's interesting that a lot of people come in and they do talk to Devin first, because a lot of people will come here because Devin is absolutely a good salesman, damn good, right? And then you've got the aspect of like you came here, you learn about the thing, you sign up, and then you're like, all right, well it's just a gym, right? Like, and a lot of people do think that when they first sign up, and then they usually are a bit surprised by what we do offer. Do you want to talk about what made it different?
Yeah.
Okay, shoot.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing is I came here. My first day was on your birthday.
Yeah,
so I actually met Ashley first, and she was in the parking lot unloading water.
Oh yeah, you told me.
And so I helped her carry water.
Shout outs to Ashley.
Hey Ash, yeah, she was friendly. I was like, oh, this place cool. They're doing something.
Yeah, you were helping some other lady in the lot too, right?
Yeah,
you had like a whole experience of like community before in the community.
Community parking lot.
Yeah, crazy. And the parking lot is wild at night. It is wild. It's always packed.
It's a little silly out there.
Yeah. So that did make it interesting. So you came in on my birthday.
It was a birthday party. So I came for step class.
Oh, that I taught. Right.
Intermediate step class. I was like, so I had to humble myself and just be like, whatever, I'm trying this thing. And it was also a community party. So I got to talk to people.
Party / intermediate step.
And it was the weirdest gym experience I've ever had in the best way possible. I was like, that was really fun. And what just happened? So
you had a good time?
I had a good time.
It was cake?
It was
Let's
fun.
lose weight and eat this cake. What?
Yeah.
That was literally
it was like pizza and wings. And you're like, this is not stuff we normally eat in the gym. I was like, all right. That was your voice too.
That was my voice. Got it. Make sure I fix my voice.
Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, that was interesting. But I had a really fun time at the class. And I'm picky about movement, even though I love movement, and it was like the movement I needed.
What do you mean by picky? What makes you picky about movement?
I think what I need that is here for movement alone is a brain puzzle and a physical puzzle. So I need to move my body, but I also need my brain to be engaged so that it helps me be truly present because my mind is busy.
Will wander, yeah.
And I think both of those things combined allow me to be truly present. And I don't know, it's using your mind, but it's like relaxing my mind also. Because I'm not thinking about 10 things, I'm thinking about, that's what yoga feels like to me.
Got it.
Like working with breath and movement, that feels like I have to be right here.
Yeah, it's interesting watching, teaching step class was something I fought for a long time. And it was because I was like, it's not really like something that guys do like that. You know, it's an aerobic step class. You don't see a lot of men teaching it.
Except for that extreme guy.
Yeah, but he was the reason that I like kind of stuck with it at all. And then I saw it spread to other male teachers. And I was like, oh, okay, we teach it different. Like guys teach it literally differently. So I became kind of interested in it. And then I started adding the brain teaser stuff. But at first it was very basic. Routines were the same. You know, I get it. But I would say, like, again, I think your journey is pretty, I don't want to call it standard. I want to say orthodox, right? Like, you can't find, you know, and I mean it like you can't find what you're looking for. You're not finding the connections you're looking for. You're looking for something more than a place to go throw some weight around and go home. And then you come in here, and yeah, you would come in on the day of like madness, right? Because they handed me a mic. I had a mic on my face. There was pizza and wings. It was insane. And that was when, I'm pretty sure that was during the time where like we were really concerned with filling classes. So the class had like 30 people in it that night, which shows even more like, yeah, it was a wild, like very large night. Yeah. And again, and I think the part that I like most about our community, which is the part I think most people find different is people are welcoming. I'm not saying
yeah.
be welcoming. People
That was
are just,
definitely a huge part of it.
yeah.
I think I was next to Tosh. She was so friendly. Everybody I talked to was friendly. And I'm used to, again, going to dance and people are like, we don't talk to each other.
And you know each other.
And
Crazy.
you know each other for
Yeah.
years. But
Yeah.
I came here and like first day, I think Darnell was there,
Darnell
Barb
was
and
there.
Alyssa.
Alyssa, yep.
Like everybody was nice and funny, and it was like a room full of diverse characters, but there was such a like family feeling to it,
Right.
and it wasn't weird to be like, hey, I'm Tosh, who are you? Like it was just nice.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
people felt like I didn't have to be the one to walk around and be like, hi, I'm Em, because that can be fun and also exhausting.
I think, well, most people are, you know, like you said, most people, when you truly care, people don't want to connect. They just want to fit the bill, so to speak. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of times they'll talk, but they'll talk just to say, I did talk, I spoke, right? Margie was asking me this morning, like, did you think it would turn into all this? Was this your like dream or your vision? I was like, nah. But I did tell her, and I said, if you don't know, you don't know. I said, somebody asked me a couple of years ago when I started working at Found the Youth, they said, well, what do you want to do? I said, I want to help the misfits, right? And she was like, that's interesting. I said, yeah, the people who like society views outside the box, you know, not people who are weird. Of course, you're going to have some weird people when you start dealing with misfits, but my goal wasn't to be like, let me get all the weirdos, right? It really was like those who don't fit societal norms, those who want to connect, those who want deeper connections, stuff like that. And I just kept going until it turned into something. So here we are.
It's a collection of misfits.
It is a collection of like-minded individuals from so many different walks of life. It's insane. From everywhere, literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Which I love, and it definitely has created us being closer. So I love hearing that people enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, people feel welcome in my space. And yeah, I think, wasn't Courtney was here, right? That
She
was the
came on your
night she brought
birthday,
me the
yeah,
money
she-
tree, and yeah. She was
Yeah.
like, I love it here. You were like, this seals it for me. I'm trying to
Yeah,
like.
that was crazy.
I was like, that was a lot of manifest destiny in one night, for sure.
It was. I was so like on the fence of coming here at all.
Fair.
And I
Yeah.
was like, where can I find room in my life for this? And is it okay? And da 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 da.
And
da,
now
da,
you're
da.
helping with everything. You're just part of the bigger puzzle.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, I was also coming off of like who I am in the world. Like I had been a teacher for 15 years, and I had stopped doing that, and I think I had cut my heart off a lot. And so seeing something that it immediately resonated. Like everybody here, the space, like everything in the space makes the space. So it just resonated so much. I felt like my heart woke back up. Like, oh my gosh, that's something I could invest in,
Or
and it's helping me. Like, you're understanding what I'm saying. You're not speaking to me like I'm an idiot, that you're selling some package of how I can get well. Like, it was just basic, eat whole foods, drink water, do these things, like be in a positive space. My weight like melted off. It wasn't a struggle. It was fun.
yeah, I remember that first conversation. That first
Yeah.
conversation
I
was
like,
funny.
good luck to you, sir.
You're like, never in my
It'll
life.
never work.
It's been years. And I was like, drink water, fire your nutritionist if I'm right. You were
Yeah.
like, what? I'm like, I'm serious.
But I also really do care way less about that.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's
yeah.
important that you don't, right? Like, it's an ebbs and flows thing, man. Like, you can't, if you hold yourself to the standard of perfection, you're going to drop the ball, right? And so many people think they have to. Like, oh, I got to be perfect. But what's perfection really look like? You know what I'm saying? Is there room in your journey for pitfalls or things in between? I see you.
Ooh,
What was that?
fruit fly.
Oh, I see it. So there's a lot of room for change and understanding. And for me, starting this space, like I had worked with bodybuilders, athletes, like pros, and I'm just like, yeah, this is kind of like, this is fun to train them. But there's no helping them really outside of like giving them the aha moment, right? And I realized that the aha moment was the biggest thing that helped a lot of people through their journeys. So I became obsessed with helping people find their aha moment. What was yours? Oh, didn't expect that as a question. Bam! This is all off the cuff, by the way.
What
We
was
didn't plan any
mine?
of this.
The thing that like inspired me?
The thing, no, we're like, there's things that happen along your journey, but the aha moment is like the switch.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, that
Here?
allows you to, yeah, sure, here.
Ooh.
The thing that's like, okay, I believe what's happening here. I'm into it. Like, I really want to move forward and make my change because, again, drinking water was like the start of the journey. And I remember, like, at first, I want to say the first week, you were like, this is stupid. I remember some conversations. You were like, yeah, this is dumb. I don't know why. And I was just like, just give it a try. And if it doesn't work, the worst thing that happens is we drank a lot of water and we cleansed our system a little bit. You're fine.
True.
Right? So
Yeah.
what was your aha moment?
That's funny too. It's funny because I'm currently in a phase of working on my patience because I have none. And yeah, the water thing.
I didn't say it.
Definitely.
It's a tough one.
There it
in
is.
my opinion, that's probably one of the toughest ones.
Yeah. Well, I think people feel that way about like I am standard person X because like no one's patient. Like I want to lose weight fast. Why isn't this water working? Why isn't this workout made me skinny in 2 days? Like there's no that. It's you really have to commit to the journey. Like it's about that. It's not about
Fair.
really where you're going to.
I like it.
Gosh, aha moment about here. I don't know.
Oh, something to think about, huh?
Yeah, I will have to think about that. I definitely, like, I came for step class, and I stayed for training. And
Yeah.
now, training became such a bigger part of my life than I thought it was going to at
Sure.
all. Because I was
Fair.
just like a cardio junkie. And I didn't, like I had at-home weights and like at-home workouts, but I think the biggest thing for me, honestly, is the community part. Like when I started coming to training, I think it was Ronnie and Sarah were in my first training. Like I remember
Oh
that
yeah,
day.
you were coming to 8 o'clock. That's right.
Yeah.
You were coming to 8 o'clock at first. Yeah.
So
And you switched to 6s.
I did,
Oh
yeah.
shoot.
You're not serious.
I
so
kept
you're
telling.
coming in 6.
I didn't say it.
Get here.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
I think that was said to me at
That
some
probably
point. Like I
was
was
said
getting
to you.
to a point at
Well,
8 where it was like,
I didn't say it. I didn't
He
say
didn't
it.
say it. He
I
didn't
didn't
say
say
it.
it. Do you
But
know? Do you know
people-
why I don't say it?
the friends.
Yeah. There's. All right.
They're like,
This is
nah,
where it's
you
a-
need to start coming at
Yeah,
6.
this is where it gets a little fanatical, if you will, right? Like people are like, 6 o'clock is where it's at, right? And then you come in and you're like, holy shit. It is different. The energy is different.
Oh, yeah.
People are showing up. They're like, there's a little laughing in the room, but when I'm like, yo, tighten up, the room goes right to it. People are pushing themselves more. Like you can tell someone's serious by how they choose to start their day, right? And if you start at 6, again, 6 would be starting your literal day. So I just think it is a group of savages for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
But
Like,
it's, yeah. And it's energy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I think I got to a point with 8 where I was like 8 at first was very hard. I was like, whoa, they're doing stuff that I can't keep up. I had to really stay humble about it, like instead of beating myself up, which
Yeah.
is my propensity. But yeah, it definitely got to a point where I was like, I could go harder. And more and more people were saying like,
Yeah, they saw your strength.
come to 6. And yeah, I don't want to come at any other time now.
Fair.
But I think that, to your point, aha moment thing is how people behave in training.
Yeah.
Like
Man.
as a crew, with you or whoever's coaching, but coach, crew, it's about the crew. Like we're in a circle, we see each other, we interact. We don't have to be talking and we're interacting. That for me is something I never experienced anywhere else. And I absolutely did not experience working out at home by myself. Like
Fair.
there's no amount of hype man on a TV that's gonna make you feel that way. As like other people you respect
Yeah.
and you're watching each other get stronger together and they're cheering you on and you're cheering them on.
Yeah.
That energy I think is my aha moment.
Well, it's like coming to 6 o'clock is like coming to community training on the weekends, right? Because sometimes I don't really work out with my clients, right? Like I'm actually against it, right? I'm against the working out with clients, right? And a lot of it has to do with the fact that if I'm working out, I can't really pay attention, right? But I've always been like, in order to lead the ship, you gotta be top dog, right? Like you can't be. I've never. I'm not saying that a trainer who is out of shape or skinny or any obese or anything like that can't do the job. I'm saying when I see my trainer, they don't need to look like I want to look, but they damn sure need to follow the rhetoric that they say. And if I don't feel that from you, then I'm not gonna really take you too seriously, right? And I used to laugh because at first when I came here, I was like, I gotta be nice, don't be mean to people, blah, 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 blah. And then there was a couple times, I think the one time that was an aha moment for a lot of people was like Jessie had started coming, like shouts out to Jessie. And she's very playful, very talkative, right? And, she's very body aware. But, everybody's like, Linden, it's okay if you talk to us a little rough, but, just be gentle. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means, right? So then they were playing around and I saw them almost trip. And my desire to be quiet completely disappeared. And I started I was barking at the class. And it was like one of the first times I barked at the class. And then afterwards, I was like, yeah, I be feeling bad when I do it. Everyone was like, no, do more of that. I'm like, that's weird, right? But I realized something very quickly. I realized that, again, people respect the leader that they can truly follow, not someone who talks the talk but walks the walk, right? You always know that, but it's nice seeing it differently. So that's why sometimes I'll hop in, I'll let Devin choose what I do for the exercise. It's like, no, I'm not asking you guys to do things that I cannot do. I'm asking you to do things that I can do, and that sets the tone. And then you have someone like Devin's like, oh, if Linda could do that, I'm gonna go up. And then Amy's like, okay, well, if Devin's gonna go up, I'm gonna go up. And all of a sudden it turns into a whole thing. Or like Jody comes in and she's silently killing it in the corner, or Carlette. Again, it turns into something more. So I do think 6 o'clock is different, but I think it can be produced in any class. It's just the people who come at 6 o'clock are determined to show up better.
Yep.
So I will 100% say that. I used to love training at 8 o'clock when some of the savages came to 8. That was a good time. K comes to 8s, and when they come, the energy is high too.
Yes.
So it really is not just the time, but it's really the people who come and how much they're willing to give. Yeah. For sure. So you're not sure about the aha moment, but I could definitely see those being one of those.
It's the aha vibes.
I think I know of aha moment from you that I laughed really hard when you noticed, because we had the bells lined up, and we do deadlifts around the room. And everyone always gets so scared when we do that, right? They're like, I can't do that. I'm like, yo, just try it and then see what you got. And there are a couple people, they just go for it, right? And when they go for it, I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna have fun, right? I know you're gonna have some limitations, but we're gonna have a good damn time because you wanna be better. And that's all I'm about, right? And I remember you lifted, I think it was the gray. Yeah, and then, for reference sake, there was an 80-pound kettlebell that you lifted, and you were like, that was hard. I don't know if I could do the next one. And you did it, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. You only went so far, and you stopped. Then I remember you were having a tough time, and we were doing it again. This is some months later. And you came in, and you were just ripping all the bells off the floor. I was like, oh, okay, somebody showed up to play today, right? And I actually said it out loud. I was clapping and the whole night. I'm like, let's fucking go. Because it's different when, listen, you can have whatever emotion you want, but if you can channel it and use it, it's different, right? So for me, that was my whole thing. That was something that my trainer used to say all the time. He'd be like, look around, there's no energy in the room, be the energy, which is why if it's ever dead, I will hop in and work out, and people will be like, well, time to go up, right? It kind of freaks them out, but at the same time, it also challenges them, right? And that's important. So 6 o'clock just has that vibe. 8 o'clock has that vibe sometimes, but I will definitely say for sure 6 o'clock on a regular basis has that. Shout out to Justine. She's been impressing me tremendously lately. She really is strong.
Strong.
Yeah, she's super strong. But realizing that for herself and having the confidence behind it is absolutely. Strong is the new sexy, 100%. Right? Do not sleep on that at all. And I like to think, again, when it comes to people's journeys, you're gonna make some calls and do some things for you that feel really, really good, and you're gonna do some stuff that you definitely don't like. But if you're willing to do the things you don't like, you'll start seeing the results you want to see.
Like lunges?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you were here for that too.
I was maybe 2 months deep for that guy. I was like, I guess we're doing it.
Well, it wasn't like I wanted people to do it.
I know you didn't.
I just wanted to do it. Like
but
I was
then
like, I
people
remember.
started doing it, and then people started doing it in space together.
Yeah.
And then it was if you're doing it or not doing it.
It really did turn into an infectious thing. Like I wasn't like, everybody's lunging, let's go.
No.
I was just like, I'm lunging, and then people were like, how long did you lunge for? 15 minutes. 15 minutes? Yeah. All right, I guess we're gonna try 15 minutes. I'm like, okay. So we started closing out classes, starting classes like that. It did catch on, for sure, and it turned into a wave.
That shit was crazy.
Even if it has a shirt.
It did become, it does have a shirt. I almost wore that shirt today.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, that was crazy though. That was a interesting piece of
It was. Well,
especially being new.
Did anything come up for you during that time? Like what?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like what?
Like
why are you saying
the first 5 days, I was like, I wonder if my legs will continue to work, and they did. So that was really interesting. I was like, wow, my legs can do that. What? Because like pushing past. That feeling of pushing past, definitely felt that with running.
I was just about to mention that.
The lunging, I think, was the first pushing past moment.
You know what? Probably. And then the second one, I want to say we ran 7 miles for the first time, I want to say. 7 or 8. Like you were running with me. You were just like, I'll run with you. And I'm like, nobody keeps up with me. Right? Like, because it really doesn't happen often at all.
Well, that's why we started running together. So I was like, we both would like to run in this fashion.
Yeah, because I was slow as shit, and I just wanted to be. I was like, I can't run with like a Devin. He's too fast. I tried running with Garf.
You call me slow as shit.
Garf, as when we started, you were faster than me when we started. You actually were. You told me you were like, I did a 12-minute mile. I was like, I just did 13. I thought that was fast, and I was like, fuck.
But I couldn't run
distance.
Like. Any amount of miles over 3 or 4 miles to me was insane. Every time we ran more than that, I was like, I can't believe I just did that. Yeah. I can't believe I just did that. And as we got farther, I knew fundamentally, I was like, I can do that. And
we're running in heat too.
Here's how you do it.
Yeah, we were running in heat too. It wasn't like we were running
it was summer.
In nice weather. It was 80 degree, 100 degree days, and we were still running.
Closer to 100, and I also hate hot.
I do not.
I know you don't, but I do, and
we're about to be running in the cold. That makes you feel better.
That's true. I might like that more.
I'm gonna hate it so much.
Well, I will laugh at you.
I'm gonna wear boots.
Great. That's a terrible idea. But yeah, it made me just, I don't know. You get in a place with your body where you're like, I'm not hurting myself. You're aware that you're not getting hurt. You're aware of what hurt or heat stroke feels like. So if it does happen, you're like, this might be happening. But there's this beautiful place where you're pushing yourself past what you thought your limit was, and then way past what you thought your limit was, that makes you respect your vessel in a way that, I don't know, it's not comparable to something else.
I agree. And again, that would be an aha moment.
Yeah, nowhere else made me feel like that. Definitely fair. The running, but that was way later.
Well, that was the thing, right? Like, again, I describe it, I try to tell people, like, I opened the space to help people, but I really thought that the mindset I had created to change myself was not a mindset that would be accepted by the people who are in here. So I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that, right? And then you guys encouraged me to share it more and more. And I said, it's hard. It's a part of myself that I knew had to exist for me to go forward, but also it was a hard part to share. So seeing so many people accept it and then kind of use it to create their own, it's dope. Yeah. If you had to give something to someone watching who wants to join, but is like scared to join, what would you say to that person?
Not scared to join.
Yeah, scared to join.
All right.
Because so many people do that. They'll be like, I was watching you guys. It seemed impossible. And I'm like, it's not like that, you know? But again, you need to feel that for yourself.
Gosh.
Talk to me about it.
I could say so many things. So many things about that.
So many things.
I think a huge part that I would say, especially coming from, you waited too long, you gotta wait. a huge part for me, especially like coming in with an eating disorder, coming in with body stuff, coming in with low self-esteem, all that. The diverse range of bodies, human beings, walks of life that are here, and the way that everyone interacts with each other is the safest I've ever felt somewhere. So that in itself allowed me to make progress. There was never like, oh, you're so weak, you can only pick up this thing. It's like every step of the way, people celebrate with you for working towards your best self. It's about you versus you, period. No one's competing. We'll hype each other up, you know, compete for fun.
Oh, okay.
But like, nobody's having a serious, like, I'm gonna get you. Like, there's none of that, or like, it's just so supportive. I think that was a huge piece. I think the knowledge that you have in coaching, like trusting somebody to push myself, knowing that you will not let me hurt myself. I think that's rare, to feel like, you know, I have a coach who, oh God, every one we filmed today. Having a coach that you know will not let you get hurt is really important to me. And I think probably everyone, it's personalized. I like that the groups are small. Like there's a group, but you know everything that we all have going on, and you have it in mind. It's customized, it's personalized, even though you're in a group. That makes me feel really safe. And I'm not even thinking about it, but you said someone who's coming in scared, and all the things I think of are like that feeling of safety with the community, with knowing that I'm not going to get hurt. There's a ton of knowledge coming at me so that I don't get hurt, and that I am safe. And it's fun. It's super fun. I hate boring workouts. Everything is different. I don't know how you come up with this shit. But like, I don't rely on my own smarts alone. Every day is different. There's always something new. Like the combination of the things. And like the full body workout of it. Some days you might focus on an area or another, but you're always working everything. You're training for life. You're able to move around better than you were before. Fair. Like I definitely have heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot. I have no idea what we're doing, but I'm so excited. I'm like, who cares? I trust that it's going to be great. And those like this type of training too, just training for life. It's functional training. And we've talked about too, like if I'm laying under a barbell, am I really working my stabilization muscles? How does that reflect like in my daily life when I'm moving around and I'm getting hurt just being a person in the world? I have no joint pain or anything pain anymore. It's a nice feel, for sure. Because my muscles are supporting each other. So it's like, I have not felt that before. Don't be scared, it's fun, everybody's real nice. Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. Right? I mean, I just agree, so I don't have a lot to say. I could go into detail, but that's a good closing statement. So thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Coach Linden, and this is Em. And of course, we are here to help all of you. So if you'd like to join our community, check us out, www.gettingitdaily.com. You can also check us out on social media. Find us on Instagram or Facebook under the name Getting It Daily. We are literally here to help you change the relationship you currently have with food or fitness. All right? Possibly both. All right? Again, like the video, share it, and reach out if you want to get started. We'll talk to you soon. Peace. Let the dog out. Let the dog out.